Roommate's so loud. Oh god. I was hearing an owl just a second ago, but it's being quiet now. It's getting dark, dragging a dead body out, eh? No, there's a barn owl out here. I was hearing it, but now it's being quiet. Can you even see the dog? Not really. He's right here. Bye bye. Can you even see him? I can't even tell. Oh yeah, you can. A little bit. Our brightness wasn't up. See what you're doing over here, buddy. What are you doing? Are you just like wandering around just making me follow you?
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. Hold on. What?
I said to infinity and beyond.
Wait, hold on before you dip like that and give me a hug or some shit, you piece of shit. Give me a fucking hug, you asshole.
Let's see if the dog knows this.
Oh, the Sukov is coming. Look at me. Fine, be that way, piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sukov, come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. That's what you get, boy. That's what you get. Got a box of Gushers, and I confirmed they're bomb. The Gushers are always bomb. I haven't had Gushers in forever, though. Who's a handsome boy? Boop. Well, get your booty through. Come on. There you go. That a boy. That a boy. That a boy. Look at you. You're crazy. You're crazy, boy. Oh, look at that face. Oh, this face. This face. That face. Oh. This face. Dude, what a goofball. What a little baby. I may or may not be inebriated at this point. Just saying. I summoned the most unholy dog from the hottest pits of hell to do my bidding. A burst of flames shoot up when it's clear there's a panting Sukov. Oh, yes. When I was actually at Elk Island tonight, we actually saw a beaver that was doing some rounds around the island. It was fucking slapping his tail. And I initially thought it was like, oh, that's like a fucking salmon or something, dude. Because, you know, salmon come up the river every now and then. At least, you know, during the seasons. And it was too loud to necessarily be a salmon. So I'm thinking it must have been like a big fucking salmon. But then I saw this like little like streak of something kind of going through the water. And I was like, that's a beaver. I took a quick little gander, you know, from where I was at. And I was like, oh shit, there's a beaver right there. Chilling, doing his thing. Did you kiss it? You know what to say about kissing beavers? Is that beaver slap? Did it have wood? No, unfortunately. In fact, if anything, we were in its territory, so it did not like the fact that we were there, because it was slapping its tail because of that. And the only reason why I noticed it was because of the silhouette of the light refracting on the water, so I was able to kind of see it reflecting from the light and shit. Or else, deadass, I'm just gonna be honest, I would have thought it was a fucking fish or something. Alright, where's my Bluetooth? Where the fuck my Bluetooth? I need that. I swear to God, if I somehow, like, left that, like, outside or something. Is it in here? Oh, shit. Did I leave that in... Ah, shit, hold on. Alright, we're gonna go a second. Oh, never mind, it's right in front of my goddamn face. I'm being retarded. It's literally right here. Oh my god. Ugh. Like, where the fuck is it? Oh shit, it's not here. Oh wait, it's in my face. Bom bom. My god, I'm being a fucking moron right there. Goddamn. Well, that was a moment. This shitty movie called Zombievers. Zombievers. I've heard of that, dude. I know which movie you're talking about. Dude, I haven't seen it, but I'm well aware of it. Oh my god, it is so bad. I haven't seen the totality of it. I mean, I'm aware of it because I've seen scenes of it. Good thing you didn't try to fight. Get a beaver by a tail, next thing you know, rabies shot. Well, I mean, honestly, even without that caveat, don't fuck with a beaver, dude. Like, you see those teeth that they have? Like, those teeth are straight up meant to fucking bite through wood. And you want to fuck with a beaver? Son. I ain't gonna deal with that. Yeah.
What?
What's up?
Oh.
Aww. Poor baby had to be relieved of his chair. We saw a beaver. Be a beaver.
Beaver?
Beavers being beavers. With their little tails slapping up against the fucking waters and shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about another beaver.
Yeah, dude. Beavers are pretty cool. Is that ignore mating call? No, that's just a call of, like, I recognize and acknowledge you exist, and thus I'm making it very apparent to everybody around us that you exist. That is that sound. Yeah!
Sound like a fucking donkey. Donkey!
Donkey! Yeah. I was lightning my friend to some different music tonight. Fucking was getting more delved into Bloodywood, The Who. Not The Who, like, you know, fucking Eminence Front, get your foot on. Yeah, not like, you know, The Who, but like...
Or the theme song to CSI?
Yeah, like, it's gonna be fucking like, you know, the Mongolian Hunnic rock band, The Who. H.U., The Who. So, like, I mean, I got him into that a little more, got him into Bloodywood a little bit, kind of expanded a little bit more on Nightwish and Sabaton,
You know we
and
still
stuff
have
like
beer in
that.
the house, right?
Hmm?
You know we still have beer in the house, right?
Well, I mean, my friend bought me that.
Okay, whatever.
I didn't buy that, my friend did. I was thinking of Twisted Tea, but that was like 8%, and I'm not buying it, so fuck it.
There's Bud Light Lime in the house.
20 beavers versus a single alligator, who wins?
Hey!
Probably the 20 beavers, because if an alligator, you know, like, it has one jaw, it's gonna smack up against like 1 or 2 beavers. But if you have 20 beavers with their fucking teeth all like attacking one gator, and a gator only has the ability to go after at most like 2 or 3 beavers at a time, gator's fucked. So that's just my opinion. 20 gators or 20 beavers versus 1 gator? Oh, dude, the gator's dead. Hey, what are you doing?
Get in your trash can.
Stop it.
Something he's not supposed to do.
Yeah, you almost got ran over too, by the way, you little shitbag. Like, you were hanging out, we're all hanging out with the neighbors stuff and chilling, and another neighbor came home, driving their fat-ass pickup, and you ran in front of that pickup! When I was trying to get you out of the way of the road! You ran further into a pickup where you could have been ran over, you piece of shit! Being a naughty boy.
Well, it might help that there's a chicken bone on the ground. That's probably what he's going after.
Oh my god, it's because you are sneaking this! You picked that out of the trash bin. That's why you're wagging your tail, you little punk. Don't be eating chicken bones. That shit will be like fucking daggers and bayonets in your fucking gut. I don't want that. I don't want you dead.
You get stuck in his throat, too.
Exactly. What about the death roll thing gators do? Well, that's not just a gator thing, but that's a croc thing, too. And, yeah.
Hey!
Like,
You get back!
Bugger off my... I need to distract him with a proper treat where he can acceptably snoop around. Here. That a boy. Nope, back.
Almost.
And a live Zukov is a happy Zukov? Exactly. But yeah, like I was saying though, like a death roll, like, yeah, like a gator will death roll like 2 or 3 fucking beavers. But when you have multiple beavers fucking, you know, chomping down on a gator, and a gator's only going to be able to get to like 1 or 2, or 3 or 4, you know, like it will get to some beavers, but like, I mean, again, you have to imagine like it's like...
Get out of there!
Hey! It's like when you have, like, you know, a unit, like, I mean, think about how they thought of the Gatling gun, for example, right? Like, they were thinking, oh, we can only have 4 men to a Gatling gun, and an entire infantry regiment will basically be the equivalent of, like, the firepower, you know, to that. That's not how it worked, though. Like, you know, like, as much as you want to think about it, like, yeah, maybe 1 gator versus 50 beavers won't be too bad, but no, that's not how it exactly works. Like, you know, put into reality, like, that, you know, those 50 beavers are gonna fuck up 1 gator and shit, you know, as much as people think, yo, 1 gator could take on 50 beavers, but no. I mean, not exactly, especially considering the behaviors that they might, you know, attribute, so. But, yeah.
Today was fucking long.
What was all along about? Just because of computer shit?
I had to be a fucking 9!
Yeah, Gatling gun's more of a support suppression weapon. At the time, it was considered that, sure, but it was more seen as like, here's an easier way to turn the tide of victory in battle, you know, using it against an infantry regiment so you can have a significantly inferior number of forces, you know, versus a superior number just because you have those.
I have your gun on my game.
I'm not surprised.
But it's like all tacked out.
I know. I imagine it is.
It's fucking badass.
Sup, Logic?
Dude, you should seriously get it on your computer.
I mean, I have Call of Duty on my Xbox, but I just need to get it.
I don't think it would coincide with...
Actually, I think it would, because
it's Call of Duty Mobile is what I have.
Oh, well, I mean, it wouldn't do the same on my laptop. I mean, it would be the PC version of the game, but that would be intercompatible with, like, the Xbox PS4 version of the games, too.
Yeah.
Not the mobile version, sadly.
How many controllers do you have?
Just 2.
I might... Hopefully he has more than 1.
I have to. What's this link? You have a link.
What Call of Duty do you have on your Xbox?
World War II, which I haven't played, honestly.
I've heard it wasn't good.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played it, because I heard it wasn't good. I have Modern Warfare / Warzone, the new one.
That one's fun as
Yeah, I actually thought, like, I honestly personally thought Modern Warfare was, like, a rebirth of Call of Duty a little bit, like, because...
The fucking Warzone, oh my fucking god, that was a bad...
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I'm mixed opinion about Warzone. Like, I think initially it started good, but now they're making it far more cash grabby and more, like, its thing.
It's not that one, it's... Cold War is the one they...
And
made cash.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, because I know it's like kind of that's my thing about it, because I know how, like, you know, they're doing with new ones, and now they just see the success of it, especially with Warzone. They're kind of cash grabby with it, especially with the Cold War version, and it just makes me like.
There's a guy on Sean Ryan show,
especially with the Vanguard, Call of Duty Vanguard, whatever the fuck it was, the World War II version. which was based off the Modern Warfare variant, and that was even worse than Cold War, because Cold War was like a promising campaign, but
Cold
fucked
War
up.
is the newest one that came out. That's why.
Well, there was not recently. It was Cold War and then Vanguard, and Vanguard was like World War II campaigns. Call of Duty World War II again, basically. Like, they went back to World War II with Vanguard. They had Modern Warfare, Cold War, and then Vanguard, which Vanguard was the World War II version, which unanimously pretty much everyone hates.
Which one came out? I don't remember hearing about Vanguard. I remember hearing about Cold War.
Yeah, Vanguard was after Cold War, so it's like less than a year after like Cold War. It was about like a year time after Cold War came out, because they like released the Call of Duty like every year at this point. I played the fuck out of World War II Zombies. I played the fuck
that one's fun.
Yeah, I played the fuck out of the Black Ops Zombies. I haven't played the World War II version yet. I played the Warzone and Modern Warfare, and I do think that's actually pretty fun. But
Modern Warfare is okay. It's more along the lines of you have to be sneaky about it. You can't just...
Yeah, I mean, at least, like, when it comes to the generic, typical multiplayer Modern Warfare, I love that, because, like, honestly, at least, for my specific playstyle, like, a lot of maps fit very well with it, because it's mostly, like, I like to kind of run a gun a little bit, but I like to play the objectives and actually do what the fucking mission's about. So let's say it's a capture the flag. I'm going to try to capture the flag, and that's going to be my main objective. Or like search and destroy and shit like that. Like, I kind of like this more objective-based, gameplays and stuff.
That's on mobile.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure
it is.
I mean,
you still got team deathmatch.
Right, yeah. TDM, free-for-all and stuff.
Yeah,
where it's just like KD ratio is like the main important thing. Like, kill more than the enemy kills you type of thing.
Kill and destroy.
Yeah, I love Search and Destroy because of, like, you only spawn once every round, because that really makes you think more about, like, how do I try to... Yeah, strategically survive in a match. Even, because I'll take a lot of that elsewhere in other game matches, like TDM and stuff like that. Back when, like, Call of Duty Black Ops was a thing, or Black Ops 2 and stuff, like, I remember when Black Ops 1, when I was playing multiplayer, like, Search and Destroy was my fucking shit. Especially hardcore Search and Destroy. Like, back when Black Ops 1 was a thing, I was, like, a fucking boss on that shit. And when I start playing, like, other game modes, like regular TDM and stuff like that, I just fucking... Everyone would be like, the fuck, bro? You're, like, cheating, man? Are you, like, a hacker, dude? I'm just like, nah, I just play hardcore Search and Destroy, and I just got good there, and thus... it extrapolates everywhere else, and I just got good everywhere else. Like, people literally got fucking so upset, so angry, that I would use an FNFAL with a noob tube grenade launcher on it, because it was like the standard, like, Cuban, like, campaign, like, where you would, like, meet Castro's forces during, like, Bay of Pigs and shit. If you picked up their guns, it would be the FNFAL. Sometimes they'd have the grenade launcher on it. So that's what I did. I had, like, a Cuban, like, National Guard force, type of kid, and they had that. And so many people got so butthurt and triggered over the fact that it wasn't just an FNFAL, but a noob tube on top of it. And people would get so angry that I was using that shit that I would just laugh so
dude,
hard.
when I had my Xbox One...
Oh, man, the memories.
I'd play, what would I play? I'd play, free-for-all. I get fucking 12-year-old kids. What the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck's wrong with you, bitch?
I know, dude.
I would bitch at so many fucking people when I had it, because it was just fucking hilarious.
I know.
Then they fucking...
There would always be people being like, get good, you stupid fuck.
And fucking run their mouth.
And those same people would be at the bottom of the team. It's like, why are you at, like, 3 deaths and, like, 1 kill? Like, how come I'm at, like, 5 kills and 2 deaths, and you're telling me to get good?
Yeah.
Like, excuse me?
The whole time I've been playing, I think I've died, like, 5 times.
Yeah. I mean, especially when it comes to multiplayer games like Call of Duty Battlefield, like, I will admit, I die a lot. Like, I will admit that, but
the only thing
I have my streaks where I definitely do good, and, even Rose is saying it, like, I got good at a game by practicing, by just playing matches and getting good and learning how other people played and extrapolating that and figuring out what's the best way to try to play given how other people play.
Well, I mean, since I've been playing, I mean, I'm already at level 12 already.
Yeah. And honestly, especially
I think my rank is like 86.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, with like the last Battlefield 5, like I got it like well after it like initially released, after it kind of got a little better and more
Battlefield,
niched out.
the first one, fucking, oh my god, those games suck.
Dude, when it first came out, yeah, Battlefield 5 when it first started. Battlefield 1 is still to this day is seen as the better Battlefield than 5, even though 5 came out sooner than Battlefield 1.
Tom Clancy's.
Oh, dude, Rainbow Six Siege, especially. I want to play that. That shit looks good.
I have the new one that came out, like...
Isn't that the Rainbow Six Siege? Isn't that the newest one?
No, it's a different one.
They must have come out with a newer one.
I didn't buy it. I've already bought it. I bought it when I, because my buddy had it on his PlayStation, and I didn't feel like buying it digital. I actually bought it on sale, which is kind of weird, because when I bought my Xbox, I bought one game, and then my buddy bought me Heat. Oh, dude, the fucking Need for Speed Heat. I love that game so much.
I have Rainbow Six Siege for Xbox Series X. Nice. Yeah, I really want to play Rainbow Six Siege, because I've seen gameplay of that, and it looks fucking good. Oh, actually, it reminds me, have you seen Ready or Not? It's a new game that's like law enforcement, like SWAT-based like type of game. And it's meant to be very, very realistic, where it's like...
What's it for?
It's, I think, PC, Xbox, stuff like that. It's a multi-platform game.
Multiplayer.
Here, let me pull up some gameplay of it, because it actually looks really good. I'm getting fucking music videos first. Are we serious? Okay. Here. Well, that's loud. That is louder than ball sacks. I'm sorry, I just fucking raped everyone's ears. Right here. This is a gameplay of it. This is someone's gameplay of like a shop, like a gas station shop or convenience store being like, you know, held hostage.
Oh, so you're fucking police force. You gotta get.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck that. No.
Honestly, and it's done very realistically.
I'm not into those type of games. I'm more along the lines of
I'm gonna run a gun.
Yeah, because honestly, this game, from my understanding, is very realistic in a sense that like suspects and assailants will like sometimes basically be drugged out and will charge you, and no matter how many bullets you put in them, they'll still charge you and shit.
Yeah, unlike fucking Call of Duty, you fucking put 3 in them and they fucking go.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the games where basically it's like, there's, depending on how you perform is basically how, like, if you're more about, like, trying to keep suspects and civilians alive, like, it will reward you and stuff, but if you, like, kill suspects and keep civilians alive, it will also do that, but if you, like, you know, go anywhere beyond that and go against, like, the typical law enforcement protocol and stuff, at least, you know, in the game.
You get shot.
Not necessarily shot, but, like, you know, you'll get, like, a score, you know, at the end of the level as, like, you know, redacted a little bit. Like, oh, a civilian got shot because they surprised you because they ran out of a corner or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, some shit like that, you know, like, because that happened in this gameplay where, like, one civilian in the main front of the store, like, ran from one of the aisles around the corner from this cop, and luckily, at least this guy, he didn't shoot her, but, you know, like any other player probably would have had a gut reaction to probably put a couple bullets in somebody pop in the corner, you know, some shit, especially when you think, you know, someone's gonna have a gun and be an assailant and shit, you know what I mean? So, like, in a way, it does kind of put to perspective, like, at least the most extreme, intense situations that cops could potentially go through, but...
Remember the gameplay on Warzone? Where it's all basically just a big fucking field and everybody's spread out?
Isn't that just how Warzone is?
Yeah. They have that on there, too, and I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, because they have two different versions. They have a squad version where you can have, like, a team of 4, or it's a free-for-all where it's, like, just you and literally everybody else.
I don't like it.
You don't like the... Which one? The team or the solo?
Solo.
I kind of like the team better, honestly. I agree.
The reason I don't like the fucking solo is because it still has the fucking tear gas that kills you.
Well, yeah, well, that's the point, because the whole idea of the tear gas is to minimize the map, so you have to condense yourself, and thus, you know, somebody at the end of the match is going to be one less standing. I mean, because it's based off of, like, the Hunger Games, the original Japanese movie Battle Royale, which that movie's fucking amazing, by the way, if you haven't seen it. And, it's And also, because it has, like, especially the Hunger Games with the whole, like, tear gas and slowly shrinking the map. Like, that's where it comes from. And the whole, like, one man standing comes from the original concept Battle Royale, which is initially, I think, a Japanese novel, and then it got reinterpreted as a movie, originally in Japan, I think in the late 90s.
What's that game where they fucking take, like, 300 people and they have to, like, do, like, challenges? Like red light, green light, with that little girl that turns around?
Oh, that's fucking Squid Games.
Is that funny?
That's kind of similar. It's a Korean TV show, and it's kind of similar to it a little bit, but it's basically the concept and the theme behind it is essentially like you have like, you know, a lot of people on the, you know, of the rich elite that essentially, you know, construct this game, Squid Games, that essentially takes people who are desperate, the lowest rung of the impoverished, and, like, you know, of the lower classes, and basically give them a contract of like, hey, if you win this game, you win, like, you know, a chance of having money that where you wouldn't know how, you know, wouldn't know what to spend it. You, like, you get a bunch of millions of dollars, stuff like that as a reward. But if you lose in anywhere or point in the game, you basically die. Like, it's basically a contract of, like, if you win, you get, like, you know, a free ticket of, like, luxury, but if you don't, you're dead. You know, and it's basically a way of, you know, and the theme is essentially, like, kind of the broader theme of, like, exploitation that, like, a lot of the, you know, a lot of rich elite people that do have, like, a lot of the onus over, you know, the underclasses do have underneath them because of, like, a lot of things like that type of exploitation. Like, hey, you get a mass reward, you know, as long as you basically, you know, essentially work yourself to death, or fucking, like, you know, do something that equates to you basically, you know, breaking yourself to the point where you won't be able to really, like, you know, have your own self. I know, he's knocked the fuck out.
Y'all go lay down, Nico?
Oh,
hey.
Sleepy lazy boy.
Yeah, fuck.
Ergonar would like SWAT 4, where you play a SWAT officer who gets more points for arresting enemies and killing them. Yeah, I like that. Like, I mean, if there was law enforcement games, like, you know, kind of similar to Ready or Not or SWAT 4 that were kind of like that, I would, you know, kind of prefer them a little more. Because, like, I don't mind, like, you know, having games that are based, like, you being a cop or something like that, but when it basically is just propaganda shit, it's, ugh. Because at least with Ready or Not, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like a propaganda game, because honestly, a lot about the game, I mean, here, I'll actually keep playing this just for us here. Just kind of see what it's about a little bit. But yeah, he goes in here.
Multiple armed suspects.
Understood, 13. Respond with caution.
So you have suspects that basically immediately burst the door open and start shooting at him, and of course, you know, he's shooting back and stuff, so honestly, this is justifiable even from a realistic perspective. Like, if you have, like, suspects that burst through that door and you have a cop that's like, hey, put your weapons down, and the first thing to do is start shooting, you shoot back, like, yeah, I mean, even in, you know, real life circumstances, I would say this situation justifiable so far. Is it playing? Oh, I thought it was.
All units, 13 reporting contact with multiple suspects.
It's kind of looking at that. See, there's that chick that literally popped around the corner. See, a lot of players probably would have just shot her, but this cop, or at least this player, decided and luckily didn't, because she's just a fucking civilian. She's a hostage, so. You know, checking every room.
We lost a civilian. Repeat, civilian.
Already a dead civilian there.
One more down.
I mean, considering suspects already started shooting at you, I see that as justifiable as well, considering it's already a dead civilian. Like, I mean,
Understood, 13. Respond with caution.
at least whoever's playing this particular level is actually, I think, doing a more justifiable version of what cops should be doing. It's actually why I kind of like this game. I haven't played it yet, but it looks better than a lot of other law enforcement games. Because it feels more realistic and actually more in the sense of, like, what police may or may not have to deal with. At least the most extreme circumstances.
Where's my backup?
So he got shot there and still had to take down a suspect, and there's a civilian just, like, guess kind of casually, just like, what's up, bro? Just hands crossed, just like, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? justifiable homicide in the line of duty. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, I do think there's probably, you know, instances and cases where officers, even if they do shoot first, where it probably is justifiable. But it's such rare instances like this where it's like it wouldn't be the case. And also, this is just a game anyway, so this wouldn't even really necessarily be a realistic scenario.
Officers at the location. We have multiple suspects down.
I mean, because obviously, like I said, it's just a game of shit, but... I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's just like... I feel like it's definitely a more realistic interpretation of, like, law enforcement games and shit where you have to, like, deal with, you know, high intense situations. But I've noticed, at least in a lot of different comments of, like, gameplays of that game, some people think that's literally how cops have to deal with on a daily basis. Like, man, I definitely have more respect for the police, considering this is probably what they have to, like, go for on a daily basis. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? No! Like, this is not exactly what fucking cops have to do on a daily basis. Like, if anything, the game is showing, like, the most extreme cases of what cops may or may not have to go through. It's probably, not always, but probably one of the rare instances where they are probably justified at using their force. But even then, probably not. I mean, because obviously, you know, it's a game, you know, it's not based on reality. I mean, you can interpret it, you know, and I think it does actually have, like, a more realistic interpretation of how reality might turn out when it comes to these interactions, at least for the game, but that doesn't mean that it's literally based on reality. And I think there, especially when it comes to entertainment and media, whether video games or otherwise, there are definitely people out there that just really don't separate the two and don't fucking realize that. Because I could definitely have fun with games where I'm, like, playing the quote-unquote law enforcement and shit, and recognize that it's not, you know, akin to reality at all, and not how cops actually are and shit. You know, because I could just think, oh, this would be a game if, like, cops were actually good and actually did their thing, and maybe the times they were excessive, it was justifiable, but no. It's not really how they are. Every time they're excessive, usually it's unjustifiable. And it's exception of the rule when that's the case. Sadly. Which it wasn't. But that's why I have the video games. Because they're fun. Ignore Let's Play Hog, Ignore 2022. Yeah, if, like, hogs weren't actual literal hogs... Like, if, you know, like I said, like, if the video games actually presented a reality of, like, what police officers, you know, had to deal with and shit, and they were actually, like, legitimately, like, the protectors and servants of the community and all that type of shit, I probably would be a little bit more, you know, okay with officers, but nope, that's not how they are, so I'm not. So, ACAP, fuck them. I got fun playing cops as a video game, but as cops is real life? No, they can go fuck themselves. Teacher, can someone give me an example of something useless? Me raise his hand. Very good. Anything else? Oh! Oof. That's a meme. That's a spicy meatball if I've ever seen one. Oh my god. Damn. I'll be back, not be back on here stopping trying. Just broke up your BF. Damn. Rip. That's some... I can't tell if you're memeing or not, honestly. Oh wait, no, you are. Oh wait, no, I thought you were fucking Rose Black for a second. I'm drunk, I'm sorry. I thought you were Rose Black for half a second. God damn it. I'm drunk. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, this is a radical. Oh my god. But no, that sucks, man. I'm sorry about that. I'll be back on here. Stop trying. Well, yeah. I mean, you know. I mean, it's like it's a hiccup, and it sucks. But you know, I mean, you'll be able to pick yourself up and be able to, you know, keep pushing and keep fighting. Keep doing your shit. I mean, shit like that definitely sucks after, especially after it happens and stuff, but, I mean, over time, you'll be able to, like, kind of learn from the experiences and, get better from that and be stronger overall from it. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, being in a relationship with somebody, I mean, you're always going to learn, you know, new things, not necessarily about yourself, but, you know, about how, like, you know, relationships and, like, people and how, like, you know, other people can be and, you know, work out and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, I mean, it's not always, like, inherently, like, a negative thing, but, yeah. Especially, you know, when it's, like, a new thing, it definitely can suck. My boyfriend's mom and stepdad would talk about their sexual bedroom stuff in front of me, and it was disgusting. Oh my god, what the fuck? Yo, that's like fucking weird. Why would anyone do that? What the fuck? Ew. God, like, I mean, ugh. I wouldn't want to hear about any of my best friends and their weird, like, you know, and their parents and their sexual escapades. I wouldn't want to hear about my partner's parents and their escapades. Like, I don't, like, yeah, I understand that they have, you know, encounters because you exist as, you know, someone who's born from the parents, but, like, I mean, I don't need to know the details, you know what I mean? I know! Like, how about all the time? They did it constantly? Yo! What the fuck? I mean, if you're all, like, that horny, like, Jesus! You don't have to tell everybody. Like, go on Reddit or some shit. You don't want to know about my dad's sexual adventures? No! Nor do I want to know about my own dad's sexual adventures, and I sadly, unfortunately, already know enough of that shit. So it's like, no. You know, it's not you. It's me. I'm sorry. I don't think this is working. Damn. Are you sure it's not me? I'm pretty sure it's me, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it was just me the entire time. I went on about your sexual adventures, though. I mean, when it comes to, like, you know, a peer, or, like, somebody that you're legitimately interested, you know, into and shit, like, yeah, I could see that. But, like, I mean, their parents, though? Fuck no. God. And that's why I didn't want such stuff out there. Then my mom picks up on my sexual kinks, and then when I was peer pressure because I didn't want to say no to her face, felt like I would, ugh. Yeah, it just seemed like, ugh. I mean, it sounded like there was a bunch of extra drama and shit, you know, tied to it too. Should have expressed that I felt more comfortable trying it indirectly, but they want to stop. Oh my god, ugh. Yeah, it just sounded like there was just extra uncomfortable vibes and shit that were just going on that just no one was suspecting in that way. It seems like it's like, ugh. Yeah, I mean, if like, I mean, especially if I had a partner that just wasn't willing, especially to just like, you know, tell their own parents, even if one of them is a step parent, be like, yo, can you chill it with your like love and, you know, admiration about your own sexual escapades? Because even as a kid, as an offspring of that, like, I especially wouldn't want that. But then, like, you know, one of my partners is just like, yo, what the fuck? I mean, that would be even more so like, what the hell? That would even be more of a reason for me as an offspring of one of them to be like, yo, take it down a notch. Like, shit. Because I wouldn't want to hear, oh my, it's just like, God. Do we rush from and get a room? Yeah, no, seriously. Well, the thing is, though, they already did. It's just that they want everyone else to know that the fact that they got a room. That's the problem. Like, I don't get, why are people like that? Like, I get that, like, hey, you know, maybe you want to have, like, a good fuck and that's important to you and shit, but, like, no one, like, the entire world does not need to know that. Like, if you have a couple buddies you want to tell and shit like that, it's one thing. But, like, the whole world don't need to know, man. You know, it's like, fuck. Why are some people like that? Where they have to just, like, tell everybody that they possibly can, or just like let everyone know as much as possible that like, yeah, they fuck. It's like, oh my god, I don't get that. It's like, what happened to like, you know, hey, mind your biz, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's like, hey, you know, it's like, I got my partner, but what happens between us is between us. Like, whatever happened to that shit? Ugh. Like, you get occasional joke, but every time conversation, then, yeah, like, I mean, having a joke or having, like, a little meme every now and then is fine, you know, or, like, the occasional, like, you know, you blurt it out and everyone's like, oh, God, no, why'd you do that? Like, I mean, the rare, you know, like, moment where that shit happens, I can get it. Like, because my dad's done that, like, I've done that, like, my mom's even done that, like, people have done the, you know, where occasional, like, hey, we're blurting some shit out, but then everyone's like, what the fuck, and then it's, you know, that's about as far as it goes. Like, I mean, shit like that's happened, and I think that's fine. But, like, this whole, like, constant, like, consistently doing over and over and over again, that's a problem. Like, at that point, you're just trying to say something to, to other people at that point. You're just basically being like, hey, I just want to, like, flex my, you know, sexual life, basically, because I want to, like, basically, you know, for whatever reason, whether, like, flex or, you know, basically be like, hey, I'm better than you, or whatever the fuck. I mean, it's just like, I mean, why, you know, at that point? Outside of just trying to, you know, flex some sort of, like, dominance over somebody. Like, ooh, I get laid more than you. It's like, oh, congratulations. Wait, what's this? Like, you, Rose, not the social. Wait, what did I say? Hold on. That sounds like drama wrapped in drama. Here's gonna get remnants at that. Like it was drama, like his mom was a manipulative bitch. Oh, that definitely don't sound good. My ex had a mom complex. Ooh, Oedipus complex. Ooh. That, yeah, that probably, you know, ain't gonna exactly, you know, be 100% good for circumstances. Where it's like you have a very strong, like, hyper, almost, like, legitimately unhealthy affinity to your mother and shit, where it's just like you have, like, a mother complex, or the Oedipus complex, essentially. It's like being at dinner and then suddenly someone's dick is on the table and they're all like, how'd that get there? What? How did this fucking penis get here? It's just on the dinner table. How did this get here, huh? What? No. Play some fucking tunes, damn it. You got a magnet, there's a road to the road to drugs. There's a van to the abortion clinic, where she accosted by right-wing thugs. No, the fetus will be aborted, not in by or by my. Moon's theater, home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. There's a road to your home, Dad. There's a road to there's a road to there. Or just get hit right on the nail line, how the fuck? Or just get hit right on the nail, like, yeah. I'm magic. He is magic. So you understand. I mean, I think anyone that has, like, you know, grown up in, like, you know, that, you know, on any level of, like, some of that hardcore, like, right-wing upbringing a little bit, I think they kind of understand shit like this a little. I'm waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. It's a lady, it's a person of 13 years. What's up, baby? What's up, Colby? What's up, my boy? Some chances ain't that great. Oh, the fetus of being aborted. And it's by Lord by and by. There's a better. Oh, I'm waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Fetus be aborted in the sky, Lord, and by. It is better. Oh, I'm waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. How can a right-wing person say anti-degeneracy and then, oh, let me talk about how I fucked X person? Did you take the trash out? And are you a doctor yet? Oh my god. And at the same time, they're always into like weird sexual degeneracy shit too at the same time. Where it's just like, oh, you know, it's like, I'm hyper against, you know, interracial marriage. And then like the first thing that they look up on their fucking porn results is like interracial, like, porn, you know, and shit, or whatever the fuck. It's random shit like that. Doc and Red, Communist ALMC. Hey, what's up, Stefano? Hey, my boy. Had to live in the closet because my stepdad is homophobic. You know, the Strike Blues by John Lee Hooker. I do not know that song. But I'm gonna look that up.
Down in Hamlin, North Carolina.
I see it. I'll play it after the song.
Like Richmond County ain't broke enough. And this Yankee carpet bear.
Trying to get a monster to come out of my closet. He's shy. Aww. He'll come out eventually.
So we built a brand new chicken museum plant.
Man said no unions. Over free. I like to stay strong. I'm just glad my dad moved to PR, and I'm glad I'm sitting on for my grandma and I'm working on it. Yeah. I mean, at least when it comes to like your family folks, when it comes to like them not being accepted of like, you know, different social issues. I mean, sometimes, at least for me, it's just like I have to kind of understand at least, you know, some of them I have to like bite the tongue a little bit, or else, you know, they will just basically just be like, what? You know, just like, you know, in a lot of ways, frankly, probably disown me, or just like definitely not think, you know, positively of me anymore and various other shit. I mean, there's just different things where I'm just like, I'm not too sure. My dad was terrible. He literally threatened to kill me. Jesus Christ. Definitely worse than what my mom fucking did. I mean, my mom was definitely more on the Christian religious upbringing on how to try to upbring me. And the worst she ever did was literally threaten to put me in a mental asylum. Which is fucked up and psychological torture in itself, but, like, threatening to kill your own kid is even worse. Speaking of problems, honestly, I always feel like I'm experiencing deja vu, like, all the time. Maybe because I got some neurological issues going on. Maybe. Spanish are very homophobic, is machismo. I mean, it's a lot of the culture. I mean, a lot of the culture around like Latino Americans is very Catholic American, or very Catholic and shit. So a lot of that tends to be very homophobic in nature, and very you know, queerphobic overall. I mean, I've definitely met some Hispanic people who are very vehemently homophobic and also very fucking racist too. Like, there was definitely people who were like, yeah, Rip City's saying it. Like, Latinos are a monolith. There are a lot of very progressive Latinos, and there are a lot of very conservative Latinos as mixed, like white Americans. Yeah, I 100%. And honestly, I've met Latinos who are very progressive as fuck, and I've met Latinos who are essentially as racist as fucking white nationalist Nazis. Like, because my friend Logan, and Ripsy can attest to this, he used to have a roommate that was straight up anti-white and had insecurities about his white mother being Celtic and Irish, and basically was straight up like this Mexican supremacist, Catholic supremacist, who basically thought that, like, you know, white people were degenerate as fuck and all this other garbage and shit. Like, and he 100% did not look, fondly of anybody who was, like, you know, lighter skinned than him, or even darker skinned than him. Like, he also looked at black people not necessarily very fondly either. He just happened to have a lot of his racial supremacy discrimination more predominantly toward white folk, which I might understand a little bit, to be fair, especially when it comes to systemic, you know, racist bullshit, especially in America. But that does not mean, like, literally every single fucking white person in America is complicit or at fault for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm also very hardcore critical of that shit. So it's like, am I just as guilty as that? No, fuck no. Like, obviously not. Like, because I see that as a fundamental problem and as a fundamental, you know, issue, not just, you know, for minorities, but for working class folk abroad, period. You know, so it's just like, like, it's just, you know, a very simplistic and honestly a very hyper reductive and destructive way of, like, you know, looking at, you know, a lot of the problems and shit. But that's a lot of how, you know, racism works. It's a very destructive way of looking at a lot of the critical problems of what the world really is. Because instead of looking at the real roots of the problem, you just scapegoat the race that happens to maybe, in your mind, be the predominant race that's at fault. So, you know, for a lot of people, especially for, like, white folk, it basically, literally, anyone blacker than a white guy is at fault. For anyone, you know, like, when it comes to a lot of any other racial supremacists, you know, it's the same thing. And it's not right no matter what. It's also generational, like with white people. Boomer Latinos tend to be more homophobic, same with boomers of other races. Yep, 100%. Like, younger people, regardless of the race, tend to be less homophobic, less religious overall, no matter what. A lot of old people like to have a lot of rules. It's religion and prejudice. 100%. I do think that. I mean, I do believe that's end up really fundamentally was what the reason is why that happens. Because I don't think, you know, because someone happens to be Latino or black or whatever the fuck means they're going to be homophobic or some shit. It's because of a lot of the culture that they might happen to be brought up around. And a lot of that, you know, especially if they happen to be from the South or some shit, is going to be heavily religious and heavily more biased towards prejudice against people who happen to be queer or, you know, happen to be minorities, as long as they're not the correct minorities. Red Ales is very communist. Really? I'm very religious, but I try to be progressive at the same time, like I wish the religion would catch up at times. Yeah, like, I mean, I never had a problem with people being religious personally and shit. It's just, you know, the organized religion that a lot of these, you know, religious Puritans and Christo-fascist types and shit like that, you know, perpetuate. And really, fundamentally, that comes from organized religion. I mean, I don't have an issue with people being religious, you know, like, I don't give a fuck. It's just, you know, the organized religion that just fundamentally, you know, perpetrates a lot of this fucking shit, because, I mean, that's really what it fundamentally comes down to, is a lot of disorganized Pentecostal / you know, prosperity gospel, evangelical, Zionistic fucking preaching that is very predominant in America, and not just America, but also globally, too. I mean, that's really fundamentally my main problem. I mean, honestly, especially historically, there's a lot of different socialist and leftist movements that are also pretty predominantly Christian and Catholic and shit. So, I mean, it's like, it's obvious that, like, you know, just because someone happens to be religious doesn't necessarily inherently mean that they're going to be bad or some shit. It's just, you know, the organization of how that religion is. So you know, at least for someone personally, I don't got a problem with it. It's just the organization of, like, you know, a religious hierarchy, like the Catholic Church, or like the Pentecostal preachers, or prosperity gospel preachers, you know, like Pat Robertson and shit like that. My ex had a South American parents, and she has talked to him since early high school when she told him she had a girlfriend that was bi. They're Catholic. Ooh. Been told it's corrupt, not only in a religious context, but neoliberalism, participation in fashion, misuse. Yeah. And I think that's why, especially in America, religion tends to be so intertwined with that, is because so much of it is incorporated into that type of stuff. That doesn't necessarily mean literally every religious person is like that, but so much of, like, the minority of, like, these religious extremists tend to incorporate themselves into that type of thing, and thus make themselves pretty influential with, you know, how they push themselves. I mean, that's why there's, like, the fucking Christian TV network, and, you know, Pat Robertson and Joel Osteen and all these other motherfuckers are so popular and shit, because they incorporate themselves very, you know, very well and intertwine into that type of shit in comparison to people that, you know, look at, you know, religion as a sense of, like, you know, individuality and, like, how you better yourself, you know, and shit like that. I think religious and other spiritual thinking is interesting in itself, no matter what beliefs it leads to, good or bad. But that's a conversation too long to have in the chat. Lol. I mean, I tend to agree, because, I mean, I do think that, like, at least mainly religious thinking, I don't necessarily think maybe spiritual thinking, but at least primarily religious thinking, I think, you know, could be, you know, dangerous in itself. Yeah. I mean, spiritual thinking, I think maybe not as much, because, I mean, in a way, I kind of think of myself as a spiritual person, just not in the traditional sense. In a sense of, like, you know, understanding of, like, my place in, like, the cosmic universe and how, like, massive it is and how minute I am in comparison to that, and, you know, shit like that. I mean, in a way, like, I can consider that spirituality, you know, but not in the traditional sense as, like, oh, I'm literally a soul and, you know, and all this other shit, because I don't believe that. So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, at least for when it comes to spirituality in and itself, I feel like it's a little bit more broad. But at least with religiosity, like, I tend to agree with that a little bit more. Maybe not 100%, but at least, like, maybe 85%. You set up a call thing, I'll Discord something for stream. Yeah, one of these days I definitely need to do that. have this conversation on sometime because I think it's a complex subject. Yeah, I mean, I do think I really agree too. I mean, especially with something like that, it's definitely very complex. But yeah, like one of these days, I definitely need to do that. I just need to get like a consistent internet connection for the house in itself, so then I could do it from my laptop and actually, you know, set something like that up. Because with streaming, at least on my phone, like I wouldn't be able to have multiple apps, you know, use the audio at the same time. Like one of them will take over the other one. So if I was doing like a call-in on Discord or some shit, like that would take the mic versus the stream, so everyone would hear me muted but the person calling me, or vice versa. So it's kind of difficult, at least concurrently. But as soon as I get like a consistent internet connection at home or some shit, you know, eventually, then I could do it from my laptop, and that'll be a lot easier. It'll still be kind of gruff and rugged, but I mean, who gives a shit? It's a dirty secret in extremist land. Family values, mom hates kids. The unborn child is sacred. The ones are born to hell with them. One more time to breathe for mom. You don't seem to care for mom. I didn't even play this song, Strike Blues, yet. I'm gonna play that after this song. I haven't played it yet. I forgot who recommended that to me. Who did that? Oh, it's Colby. I'll take a fast sleep in a minute. Aww. I have work tomorrow. Work in the morning? I do too. You don't see me sleeping in a minute. Hey, Sukov, baby. What's up, baby boy? What's up, old boy? USA! Taliban! You're gay. You have to show your peaches off. Really? Goof. Gotta get up at 5:30. That's a lot earlier than what I have to get up, so fair enough. I'll just get the song played.
Oh Lord, baby.
Ooh.
What the world gonna become?
It's very bluesy. I can already tell. That way I get a few hours before it hits 95 degrees. Oh. Yeah. I wanna fucking deal with that shit. Ugh. I'll be working like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ooh. Hoping at least, you know, the pay is good at the end of the day with that shit. Because, ooh, 12 hours? Damn. Still depressed over the relationship breakup I had over a year, and we could call every night. We do sleep calls and games, so I feel like I'm so alone. I mean, I mean, at the end, I mean, you're also really not like alone, because there's a lot of people that feel, you know, a very similar way. But obviously, especially, you know, considering the circumstances. I mean, yeah, like, I mean, it's gonna be a while until you have, like, you know, somebody like kind of like with you, you know, in a sense, you know, to like, you know, like feel that same way. But, you know, like, I mean, it's not like you're not inherently like alone in that same circumstance, because there's a lot of people that, you know, feel pretty similar to that type of shit, where they feel alone and don't really have anybody, don't really have a partner, stuff like that. I mean, I felt that way, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, for a while. I mean, it took a while for me to kind of, you know, realize that I'm not, but, and be able to, like, channel that into, you know, something more productive in a way. But, you know, for a lot of people, you know, it's like, they're not necessarily able to kind of, like, see that in a lot of ways. I mean, at least for me, I'm able to channel that into labor, and also, you know, just the fact that I do have the friend group that I do have, whether they're in real life or even online, and I don't necessarily see them personally. I mean, there's just like a lot of different things that, you know, kind of have a silver line of like, hey, at least, you know, at the end of the day, I do have, like, you know, some people, you know, even if they are distant or very close, you know, because I do have, you know, some close friends and also some distant friends, you know, that I have, and, you know, and I cherish them, you know, both on both spectrums pretty equally, because, like, you know, at least for me, I value and understand, you know, the, you know, social interaction that you know, can potentially have. I feel like when I want to go to Tinder and get me some motherfucking pussy. Or Grinder, but yeah, not all of us are that attractive, Gopi. I mean, Venom, I don't know, bro. You got some attractiveness. I mean, I know it's a long time ago, but when you showed me that senior picture of you with your pops, I mean, dude, you were fucking like a goddamn stud, dude. I mean, you're able to, like, you know, stud yourself out a little bit. I mean, it's just like about, I think, you know, really just the environment. Like, I mean, I know, like, I mean, I've beaten the bush, you know, for like 8 ways till Sunday, but, like, I think the fact that you're just, you know, in the state that you're in, like, literally the state, like, of Alabama, like, it doesn't give you so much of an opportunity to really, like, flex who you really truly are. I mean, you know, because at least for Oregon, you know, despite the problems that we have over here, like, I mean, you know, like, you would be able to truly flex who the fuck you really are, and actually be able to, at least whatever in some way, maximize that potential, and be able to, you know, be who you actually really are. And from that, also, you know, on a physical level, you know, show yourself in that way. Because obviously in Alabama, you don't really got that. I mean, you have to basically, you know, keep so much of yourself in the closet where, I mean, how in the fuck are you really able to truly express yourself when, like, there's a fat chunk of you in the closet because of where you fucking live? I mean, it's like, how in the fuck are you able to truly, you know, seek your potential when that's the case? You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and this is why, I mean, it's like kind of why, you know, I feel privileged in a way that I live in the state that I do, because we have protections, you know, in the state, you know, in comparison to the rest of the country, where I, you know, can be more comfortable expressing who the fuck I am. Like, being more of a, you know, queer, furry, fucking, like, you know, hardcore leftist union militant motherfucker and shit. You know, it's like, it's a lot more friendly to be, you know, that here in Oregon versus fucking Alabama. You know, so it's like, obviously, you know, there's, you know, circumstances to culture and shit. It's not necessarily just because of, like, you know, oh, you know, I happen to, you know, just, like, be in a place where, you know, it's just like, oh, policy-wise or other, you know, this other shit where it's like, I can't do this shit. It's because of the culture as to why that shit is the case. If there's far more of a friendlier culture to that type of stuff, I mean, you'll definitely, certainly be able to, you know, express yourself more friendly. You know, when it comes to like whatever you are, really. Damn, what's Alabama like? Pussy like? Pretty swampy or what? Not bad. I'd like your fat white girls. So it's just kind of chunkier white girls over there. I mean, they're like, there's like some chunky, you know, chicks in general around here. So I mean, if that's really like what Alabama's got going overall, I mean, that isn't really that big of a deal. I kind of like thicker girls anyway, myself personally. So picture of you. You don't look bad at all. I mean, if that's what you look like, I mean, you don't look bad at all. You got a nice, like, you know, thick, like, you know, fuzz, you know, for like the beard and shit going on and stuff. I mean, like, you ain't got, like, I mean, I don't know, like, you ain't got nothing bad going on, at least for me personally. There's 6 black girls down in Birmingham, but they're sassy as fuck, and I'm a little shy. I mean, I kind of like a little sass myself personally. I mean, up here in Oregon, there's some sassy chicks up here. Or at least there can be. A down for the bitches color for sure. Sometimes feel ugly. I mean, it really aren't. I mean, like, I could, like, I mean, I feel that way too, but at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, you're probably more or less overthinking it. Because, like, at least for myself, I know I get a lot of compliments about just how I look. So, I mean, it's like, if you definitely feel that way, it's like, if you definitely have a lot of compliments about how you look and shit, then it's probably bullshit. Marco looks younger than I imagine him. I mean, a little bit. Late 20s, early 30s, I'm guessing. I'm 24, but I'm an old soul. That's how I'm described. Like, I'm kind of an old soul in a lot of ways. Like, I've literally have been described like I'm an older spirit, old soul. Like, you know, like, mindset is older, like an older generation mind. Like, I've always been described that way. And in a way, I feel like I am. Like, when it comes to, like, labor militarism and shit, like, I mean, I'm definitely more of the old school way of, like, how labor is. Like, if you think about, like, how Blair Mountain was and the Cold Wars and stuff like that, I mean, there was literal, like, bloodbath that happened between, you know, workers' rights and, you know, the system and shit. So it's just like, I mean, I feel more in line with that type of shit more so than with today. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's, like, definitely, like, an element where I definitely, for me personally, kind of vibe with that a little. I'm as to being an older one, I'm about to be 29. You know, as a nerd with, for union stuff, like I am sci-fi. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I'm not, like, the biggest nerd about it, but I definitely know my shit.
Lord, Sonny, I drank so much whiskey. I know it. Until I stagger in my sleep. Lord, I'm gonna keep on drinking.
The seals.
The
seals.
Got one more thing to say about it.
20 here. I'm 25. I'm a quarter century old now.
If I ever get lucky and go to heaven,
And I hate it. I'm like, I'm quarter century old? Fuck. Ew. Why can't I be young forever?
Lord, if I ever get lucky.
If you think Mexico is the only sending drug dealers and rapists, but also worry that Mexico is taking your jobs, why the fuck are you living? What the fuck do you do for a living? Damn. True.
Have you got any?
Radical got an epic beer going on. That's what I'm saying. I love Star Wars. Anakin's my favorite. Are you an angel? Love the beard. Look like Pepe with it off. Pepe with it off. Well, hey, I mean, I just expand on the beard because there's definitely people that are hella into the beard. Chicks and dudes included. Just saying.
Well, you know we can drink more whiskey. Yes, I mean it. Oh, 5 minutes. Drink the rest smart, because a lot of them take you up on it. Well, when we in New York City, 1941, I go to the store and buy a pint. Brownie drink half of it.
I don't like sand. It gets on my ass during sex. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. And it gets on my ass during sex. God damn it.
I know you trying to stay drunk all the time. Talk to me, Joe. Son of you and buying the whiskey, man.
But like, I know what you mean, but why'd you have to say that? Because you have a fucking epic beard going on. Because you do.
I don't care how you reckon good whiskey.
That's why.
Please don't mess with that.
Did you see Ben Shapiro meme I sent you a while back? Well, with the,
Every time I meet you,
for the Odd Parents one.
you boys walk
Yeah.
down the street, you put that old moonshine whiskey, you try to talk trash to every woman you meet, but you's a whiskey-headed man. He's drunk all the time. McGee. Yeah. Yes, we was the best of friends. No more? No.
The Devil's Monster liquid.
Well, you know we
No, the Devil's Monster is a good one.
Yes, I mean it.
I don't think so. Did you say that to me? I don't think so.
Well, when we in New York City, 1941, I go to the store and buy a pint. Brownie drink half of it. And I drink the rest. I said, hey, Brownie. Lord, when we ever gonna get drunk? Well, we walk the streets all night. All night when we lay down around the pump. Okay, let me hear something there. You better than whiskey-headed man.
You know, I said I look like a
I know
bear.
you better stay drunk all
A little bit.
Lord, now what do we do? Talk to me.
I mean, you're a cute bear. I mean, if that says anything. I feel like a white girl bitch some days.
You boys just stay drunk.
A white girl bitch some days.
I don't care how you rate the good whiskey, sonny. You invite me.
So motivating or rethink his life. You got jobs to Safeway started streaming.
Every time I meet
I mean,
you, boys,
I was doing WeTubing before I started streaming, and I was working Safeway, you know, during that tenure.
talk trash to every woman,
So,
but you're a whiskey-headed man.
no, I mean, like, if anything, weirdly enough, like, I think TJ and Paul from Ideology and TJ Does Life fucking inspired me a little bit.
Whiskey boy.
But
You boys gonna do.
that might just be me.
Why, Miss Hop?
Ronnie, he's a whiskey man. He wants everybody. He drinks whiskey in Texas.
I mean,
Everywhere he goes, but he didn't know. Ronnie, you got a friend.
they can miss a joke.
He do the same thing too.
Did I?
If I can't get a drink from somebody,
Is the ignorant cameo in Star Wars?
can I get a drink?
What the fuck?
Oh,
I like a white girl bitch sometimes, though. I get mistaken for one at
I
least.
drink man most.
I definitely get mistaken for that. Like, there's been rare times where I've had people be like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and we'll say that, and I'll turn around and be like,
You can do
"What's up?
miss you one.
Can I help you?" you'd be like, oh, sir, you know, immediately start doing that, and at least in my mind, I'm like, I really don't care. But I've, you know, like I said, I've had that happen to me before. I'm just like, okay. In a weird way, that's kind of a compliment. At least for me.
I'm gonna get me a mojo hand. I'm going to do that. I'm gonna get me a mojo.
We could save up money and save up for about $1,200. I could buy it.
You know, I'm gonna fix my
But
one.
I could buy it on my Xbox and be done with renting way sooner than later. Nice. I wouldn't mind helping out with that. I drink Moscato wine, wrestling, and White Claws today, very bitchy. Don't know, but they're very damn good. I'm very puppy and pillow holder with a blanket and Netflix, so there's me. $1,200 for an Xbox is still jank. It is jank. I mean, that is some bullshit, dude. I will admit. But also, like, I mean, White Claws and, like, wrestling wine, that ain't bitchy, because, like, I'm kind of a wino. I haven't been a wino in forever, but, I mean, I've had my phase of being a wino. And, yeah, because, honestly, I do like wine. So, I will fuck with wine. I drink straight Jack. Nice. I've done that too. Hey, baby.
What's up, Bubba?
Gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
When she got another man, that means good. And a woman ain't funny. When she got another man. You know she won't look straight at you, didn't she? Always ready to sing.
Oh, hell, Sukov. Sukov is a big boy. My advice is to change your legal name to Come Blaster 9000, the third. Move to the Antarctic and become one with the icebergs before they're gone for good, man. True. The only thing saving me from being an alcoholic is the fact that I still drink. probably the same thing for me, honestly. Some coffee, little shitbag. Come here. Come here. He's a good boy. You got your foot hooked on my charger, dude. Piece of shit. There you go. Goddamn. I still drink too, Venom, but I also anti-social drink. I did the same thing. Social and anti-social drink. He's a good boy. Ugh. Fucking heavy, dude. What a little percussion drum boy. Bro. all that time, and now you fucking have a fit about it? Like, oh my god, you're a fucking freak. You're just a percussion boy. You're a drum. You're a little drum dog. Beer can be good, depends on what kind. True. I'm gonna get this off him. I'm gonna get this off of you. Come on. There we go. There you go. You're goof. He's such a freak. I don't even know what to do with this. You put my hat in the trash. You piece of shit. Look at you. Oh, you're a goofball. Alright. You caused a fat collapse of shit. What the fuck? You're a psycho, dude. What? I'm blaming you for everything that's happening right now. You goofball. Don't smoke much, but I always keep a feed packs of American spirits around. At least American spirits are at least, you know, somewhat okay, I guess. I mean, they're not like full of, at least as much as, you know, full of additives and shit in comparison to like other cigarette brands. So, at least it's something. Come on. There you go. What? What do you want? What do you want, boy? I thought. Kind of smokes your dad's like Marlboro. Traditional, classical Marlboro. That's what he goes for. You know, squared to laugh your ass off. Squared time to laugh your ass off. What was this? Wait for it to load. What was it? Armed PA man in wig trying to restore Trump as president at West Side Dairy Queen? An armed Pennsylvania man in a rainbow rig who was trying to restore Trump as president was arrested at a Dairy Queen, Delmont Borough police reported. The wigged man, who reportedly told police he talked to God, is 61-year-old Jan Stowaway, or Stavoyev, or something. What the fuck? Hold on, there's some bullshit. They were called, fucking Hunter, Pennsylvania police were called Saturday afternoon, September 10th, due to Stavoyev driving erratically. While looking for his Jeep, police said, they were informed that he pulled into a Dairy Queen in Greensburg Street and was inside wearing a bright yellow vest, a rainbow wig, and carrying a handgun. So this person definitely sounds like they should never have a handgun in the first place, by the way. Like, they should never have a gun, like, period. Like, ever. Nor be in an area that happens to have them around. After arriving, police made contact with Stavovi. According to the affidavit, Stavovi first claimed that he was working undercover of Pennsylvania State Police working on a major drugs sting. While talking with him, police said Stavovi continued to shout and yell profanities. Police said that Stavovi claimed he talked to God and was a prophet and would kill all the Democrats because Trump was still president. This guy sounds like he has all of the nails and all of the screws in his brain 100% connected. 100%. Absolutely. Like, Burger King should be last. He's already banned from Burger King. So was going next down to the chain of command. Next is Jack in the Box when he was out of bail. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck? Burger King should be the last. I mean, no, for real, dude. Like, what the fuck? If you ever find yourself at Burger King, you know life is tucked. It's fucked. I mean, for real. I mean, it's like, there's like some fast food chains that are pretty fucked up, but like, goddamn. Where's Curly? Is he still in your laundry basket? No. He's somewhere else. He's not in the laundry basket. He doesn't stay there forever. But my Jack in the Crack? Jack in the Crack, though. I mean, you have Jack in the Crack, which is definitely significantly better than Jack in the Box. Because it has crack. Can't go wrong with that. Jack in the Box has the worst tacos ever made. Well, don't go there. Don't go there for the tacos. That's a no bueno. Even I would think that's no bueno. Yeah, at least see those things in person. They're like 2.50 cents or some shit. They cosplay Sister of Asylum, Jesus. Act like his parents and not be a grown person. Kind of sounds like one of our friends a little bit because he has like this weird like hardcore like mentality of like having like a bedtime of like around like 9:30 or some shit. and then like, you know, fucking having like these other like weird rules where he doesn't necessarily need to apply, like, you know, abide by any means, but yet does anyway. I mean, mainly just because, I mean, he has like this sense of kind of like still holding to his like kind of like mentality of being around like, you know, his mother and shit, and kind of like her idea of like being, you know, of like being responsible being ingrained to him in a sense. So what the fuck? Ah. The last X left in me because I wasn't dumb enough for her taste. But it sounds more like a her problem more than a you problem on that one. You BB. Hey, 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 hey. Paw. Good boy. There you go.
You know it's a sin to be rich, but it's a low down shame to be poor. It's a sin to be rich.
Alright.
You know the low down shame to be poor. You know a rich man ain't got a chance to go to heaven. And a poor
Well, I goes
man
down here, like to be a church, and she wasn't. And she just wanted me to absolutely gag her. I wasn't comfortable with that. Yeah. I mean, even I wouldn't necessarily be comfortable with that. This sort of shit. It's not a relationship to be a 6-1. Find out a person is just like the boo boo. Eh. Eh. Fucking goof. Eh.
You know I don't
Jack in the Box taco.
I didn't
This is kind of pathetic though. Like, eh. Boo. This looks a little wimpy.
No, I don't want to be rich.
Meh. Like, what the hell is that? It looks, I mean, at least for me, it looks wimpy. It's like, what the fuck is, like, those are supposed to be tacos? I guess so, but like, eh. Shit looks wimpy as hell. This is usually that, but so many degrees. Fucking terrible. It's supposed to be meat. What the fuck? This shit looks horrible. I mean, like, legit. Like, what the fuck? Oh. Atta boy. Hognar? My hog too now? Really? That's how you fucking see it? Wow. Shame. Ignar, Lamal, Hognar. Yeah, that's how you meant to say it, huh? Hashtag Hognar. Yep, or I just go hog mode, dude. Or I just worship the cops and fucking be a hardcore patriot American fucking hog. Yeah, that's right, brother. I think most men and women have these understandings of sex rather than just going with it because of the person. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that is just due to because like a lot of people tend to legitimately like overthink a lot of aspects about like what being a kind of a person is about. Hey, jerk! Really? Really, bro? Hognar squeals. Sukov, what the fuck? Look at you. What the fuck? What the hell, bruh? Boo. I'm meant to be homosexual as a teen young adult. I don't even necessarily think there's anything wrong with that necessarily. I mean, it just means that you're just essentially just kind of more of a sexual being more so than other people, basically. I really don't even think sex. If I want to fuck, I fuck. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I think that, there's definitely a decent amount of people that, feel that way about it, but there's, like, definitely at least, like, a segmented population, I mean, men and women, too, like, that feel like there's, like, this weird, hyper, like, sense of, like, oh, I have to be this certain way in order to, like, gain, the partner that I want and shit, which, I mean, realistically, it's not even really, like, the case of, like, how the fuck relationships really are, fundamentally. What are you doing, dude? What the fuck? Hey, excuse me. What are you doing? What are you doing, bruh? Man. Yeah, you. What are you doing? I really don't care about this as much as I got used to. I think I panicked on a little because I've gotten in some before jumping to bed, yeah. I mean, that's kind of definitely how I feel, but I mean, at least especially what I understand with like pansexuality or like, or like bisexuality, that's not necessarily what it, like means in totality. Like, that's from my understanding, that's like what like being demisexual is. So I guess for me, I'm probably like that a little bit, but I mean, I guess it just kind of depends on the person a little bit, because I never, at least for myself personally, I never had like that many sexual experiences to the point where I like know whether I'm like like pansexual or like polyamorous, monogamous or shit like that, and stuff. But at least at the end of the day, I kind of like know what I'm into, so to speak. But never, not necessarily like, what, like, at least relationship-wise, I'm like into yet. Because I never really had too many experiences of that 100% yet. But it just kind of depends on, like, like who I might meet in the future and shit, too. I mean, all this kind of depends, I guess, with those type of circumstances. What the fuck? What are you doing? Excuse me? Yeah, you. What the hell? What the fuck? Are you just begging for attention right now? So I'm not sure to her, and she said, close the door and shit. Permission got up for work. Damn. Oof. Now it's so out cold. Oof. Hey! What the fuck? What the hell, bro? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Fucking weirdo. He scratches the pets. Evidently, that's what Sukov needs. Because, oh my god. I still saying the little bit strange, but... what? I am descendant. What is this? Operation has been successful. All hail Empress Shiva Palpatine. Huh? Am I missing something here? Huh? Am I missing something? Ah! God damn it. Well, fucking Streamlabs not fucking broken. I can already tell. Well, whatever. Go fuck yourself, Streamlabs. You piece of goddamn shit. Wordless fucking app. Whatever. Meh. Palpatine went trans. who's this supposed to be, though? I think the new logo is a bit strange, but I support Palp's decisions. Are you just Palpatine trans, I guess? Okay. Got 4 hours, so I gotta get up. These bitches. Wait, what the fuck was it? Oh my god, why am I being sent? What was this? Shutting down Russian restaurants and sort of what? Can the rest of us perhaps get a living wage? You get out of the McFucking garbage? What the fuck? Damn. Oof. That's a spicy meme. From what I can see. What is this meme again anyway? Restaurants, okay. So some employees. And you can just see out of the big fucking garbage. Yep. Is it just like postage stamp format? It's someone literally made us some fucking postage stamps. Damn. It's like, I'll make that out of postage stamps. Damn. Amazing. But anyway, I think I'll call goes for us a little even. Gonna get myself some food and crash out for the rest of the night. So peace out. Of course, I shall be back around for the next one. So